Oh, levels.
Levels.
Okay. So toddler -18 sent us a cold open.
Okay. Are you gonna?
Yes, I am. I'm going to start.
Oh, wait a minute. She sent it to let's be clear. She sent it to you.
She did. She wrote, and I'm using wrote in very large air quotes right now because she had the AI write us a cold open. And so I'm going to read part of it, and
Okay.
then you're going to read the AI response. I'm going to read the input, and you're going to read what AI says that you would say, right?
And just to be clear, I haven't seen these yet. This feels like a Colin Jost Michael Che read whatever's on the card and see if I can get you canceled thing.
I'm Ron Burgundy.
Oh boy. All right. Okay, let's do this.
So you went to France. What's the capital of France?
Paris.
Thanks, bro.
You're welcome. Feel free to ask me if you have any other questions.
Rephrase that, but in a bro way.
No problem, bro. Hit me up if you need anything else.
Make it more broy.
Yo, bro, ain't no thing. Let me know if you need anything else, dude.
Make it max super broy.
Super bro, you good? Ain't no sweat, my dude. Just give me a holler if you need anything else, all right?
You want to try that again?
Hey, bros of Stalin, what's cracking? Don't even trip, you dig? Just holla at me if you need any more intel, my hombre.
Hi, toddlers. Welcome to Talking to Todd, a weekly podcast with Dewayne Johnson and Todd Friends, where AI is always an option. Thanks for joining us. Hey, Todd.
Hey, how's it going?
I'm much better now. How are you?
Confused? I mean, it's fun to make fun. Like, I understand AI is not good at everything, but it's like, do Supermax Broy gets you to you dig? Like, I think Sarah broke the AI.
Sup, bro? Hey, bros of Stalin. Like, what is Barney Stinson writing the AI? What is this?
I mean, I'm just gonna be totally surprised at some point. I figured we were gonna get to. I'm just talking about Shaft.
I can dig it. Feedback, follow up, and updates.
Yeah, what do we got?
Amy caught up on a couple of episodes.
Yep.
The Uncrustables story that we did.
Yes.
Want to make it clear that her recommendation was for us to work that into a cold open. It was not supposed to be the Todd ought to know, because Todd clearly did know it, and I sit corrected.
I have thoughts, but no reason why both of us have to be in trouble. So I'll just say good note.
Let's take this offline.
We'll put it in the parking lot. We'll circle back later.
Thank you. Yes, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
Second, on the Chick-fil-A puns.
Yes.
You're such a chicken. Lean into those puns. Come on. We just kind of pecked around the edges of that.
She wanted you to be more saucy.
Yep. I believe you're right. I believe she did. Yep. There's a nugget of truth to that.
It took you too long to get to that one. I'm just going to be clear. Like, you struggled a little bit. Yeah.
I did. I was trying to decide whether or not I really wanted to do it or not. And I also figure that the AI editor will take out all of the pauses. Yeah, it just drops the silence. Yes. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
How about Lisa?
We got caught up on a couple of episodes, and in hour 6 of talking about the lack of defense played by the Bears on the Hail Mary,
Oh God.
where we were talking about the defense, and then there's the right way to play it, and you should do this. And the thing, we were in the car, and she looked over. She goes, "I literally don't even know what you guys are talking about anymore. Like, I don't. Where are you?" And then it got back, and she's like, "Oh, this is still the football story."
We knew what we were talking about.
That's the problem, though. Like, it did. I say hour 6. We were about 12 or 13 minutes into dissecting a single football play by the Bears, and anyway, it turns out we may have lost most of the audience. That may not be this show. Maybe that's, you know what? Maybe dissecting bad plays in football might become the other show.
Well, possibly, because I'm not sure that the other show is going to be allowed anymore.
What other show? I
I don't know what you're talking about.
Never heard of it.
Doug from the Idiot Toddlers has no issue with Jason Kelsey.
Okay, good to know.
Yep. Also, he feels like the idiots really need to educate themselves. They've been on hiatus for a long time. Like, they haven't released a show since Dan and Doug and I golfed together.
Is that a couple months?
Yeah, they hit 150, and they had been threatening to quit when they hit episode 150. They may have quit. I don't know. They're definitely on an extended hiatus. I told Doug if he gets the urge to podcast and needs somebody to podcast with, we'll take him around here.
That's gonna bring a little bit of different energy to the show, if I'm just clear.
I think you pretty much got the situation pegged there, Jake.
Okay.
Speaking of, I need to make an edit to the rundown under what I'm watching. Okay. A little teaser there. More stuff coming. Let's see. Any other feedback?
I think that's it.
Okay. Let's see. I think I had I had one.
Actually.
When we were talking about Bombshell or Smash.
Yeah.
And you were trying to give a synopsis of this TV show.
Yeah.
I believe you used the word fictional.
That was noted in the car.
And it was noted in our car as well, because it came out of the radio, and Amy and I looked at each other and went, "Oh, that doesn't sound right." Todd, is fictional a word?
Fictional. Can I have it used in a sentence? Yes. Todd doesn't know what fictional. By the way, if I Google it, fictional is a word. It's an adjective relating to fiction, invented for the purposes of fiction. Fictional texts is according to this.
The Todd Webster Dictionary.
Oh, okay. All right. You want to go there? Merriam-Webster, fictional, adjective of, relating to, characterized by, or occurring in fiction, invented by the imagination
of Todd Prince. Is that in there? Does it say that right at the end there? Invented by the imagination of Todd Prince. Okay.
For a second, I thought I got to make up a word, but apparently I'm just using a word that most people don't use.
So there's that.
Yeah. So by the way, you said that wasn't actually. Actually.
Actually.
I sit corrected.
Yes.
It's twice in the same show I've sat corrected. Let's see. I'm loath to do this to give any more airtime, but I figure we ought to put a bow on it. As of the AP called the race for the Minnesota Senate at 10:43 p.m. on November 5th. Amy Klobuchar 1,792,000 and change. Royce White 1,291,000 and change. He did manage to get 40% of the vote, but he was not a winner.
I'm going to throw this idea out, and I hate to say that I'm going to say this, but if you take a look at the ratio of votes to number of signs, Royce did much better. His 3 signs went a long ways. Imagine if he would have deployed like 6 of them, how bad this could be right now.
Right? Yeah. We would definitely be issuing an actually in that case.
Yeah. I have a number of pieces of follow-up from things that we've covered in the past. Back in, I think, April, we talked about an electric vehicle company, I think called Canoo, Canoo.
Yeah.
And because they were running out of money, and it turns out that the CEO was paying a shell corp for that he owned more money than the revenues were. Well, apparently it wasn't the best run company to begin with anyway, because according to Fortune magazine, their big way of gaining that they were going to get back into making money was they had a non-binding letter of intent signed by Walmart to deliver electric delivery vans to them, but they had to then take some vans there for test drives. So some Canoo staffers went to Arkansas and Texas and to do these demos. It is now coming out that in all of the vehicles that they sent down there, none of them had working airbags. So they were driving these cars, electric truck things, on public streets with their own staff driving it without any airbags. Now, when asked about this, the company originally said, "Oh, safety laws don't apply to experimental vehicles."
What?
To which the Fortune writer then, in the next paragraph, says that is incorrect. that is not an opinion that is shared by the National Highway Safety Transportation, whatever, NTS. No, not other one. Anyway, no, they had to have them. The story then goes on to say everybody in the company knew that they didn't have airbags, and a number of people said, "I'm not driving that thing because you don't even have basic safety hooked up." So what they did was they made driving them optional. So if you didn't feel safe because the car didn't have any airbags hooked up, you didn't have to drive them. So they were well aware and still said, "Yeah, take it out for a spin."
Jesus.
Yep. I don't believe that they got the order from Walmart. About a year ago, I think we were talking about the TV streaming service FreeVee. FreeVee.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I hope if you were interested in it, I hope you watched it, because FreeVee is now free gone. Amazon is announcing that it is shutting down FreeVee. So I don't even know that. Here's the thing. I use the word fictional, and you're like, is that a real word? And yet I can say that Amazon is shutting down FreeVee, and everybody's like, yeah, that makes total sense.
It's now Amazon Prime with ads.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. So they're shutting down the other branding.
They're shutting down the other brand. They're just rolling everything over. And what I used to get with Prime with no ads is now Prime with ads. It's ad-free Prime with ads is what I've got.
Yeah, that sounds about right. We talked about how Oakland Airport was going to add San Francisco Bay into its name so that people knew that it was there. A federal magistrate on Tuesday blocked that temporarily, saying that it would falsely tell travelers that the airport was affiliated with San Francisco. The judge said that San Francisco has spent millions of dollars to develop a brand for its airport, and so he provided a preliminary injunction. The airport was also arguing that travelers were confused, and the magistrate said, "No, you haven't proven any of that. You've been asking people. No, everybody knows where they're going. It's SFO and OAK. Everybody knows where they're going, but you're infringing on the trademark." Now, I will point this thing out. Just again, we've talked about this. San Francisco International Airport is not in San Francisco.
Yeah.
So like
I was just going to ask you that for the record. San Francisco, not San Francisco?
not San Francisco.
Thank you.
So
San Francisco has spent millions of dollars promoting the brand for the airport that's not theirs.
yes, exactly.
Check.
Now, my thought is, here's the way forward for Oakland's airport. Instead of just changing your name, you got to think about this. The people who are making more money than anybody in this country, besides, the billionaires and stuff, are sports owners, right? And anytime you want more money as a sports owner, you throw out the idea that you're going to relocate and then let other people say, "Oh, we'll give you this stadium for free. We'll pay you to come here." And then your city builds you a brand new stadium or whatever. Here's what Oakland needs to do is say, yeah. We're as close to downtown San Francisco as that other airport is. How about this? How much would we have to pay the city of San Francisco for use to turn Oakland into San Francisco Oakland Airport and let that other airport figure out whatever the hell it wants to call itself?
Naming rights.
Naming, exactly. This is a problem money will solve. Absolutely. Yeah. Let's see. Where else
if it's a name, image, and likeness problem, the problem that Oakland has is image. It's also name, and nobody liking this airport. It is. It's a name, image, and likeness airport problem. Yes.
Likeness? Okay, listen. You actually me and then come out with likeness? Yeah, that's the stuff that grows on trees on the north side, right?
That's what I'm saying. Yes.
Yeah, the likeness.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sup, bro?
And then one more piece of follow up. We talked about how the Rays in Tampa, the Tampa Bay Rays, whatever, are going to have to find a new home for at least a year because Tropicana Field had 18 of the 24 roof panels torn off in the hurricane.
Yeah, it was going to cost like $9 million to repair the roof, right?
Well, study has now come out. I don't know if you saw this. They've done all their research in order to fix. Yeah, thanks, Aaron. To fix the roof. In order to fix the roof and fix all of the other water problems inside the stadium, $55 million. This is a stadium that is due to be torn down in 2028.
Nope.
Now, you might think, hopefully they have insurance. They did have insurance. The deductible, $22 million. And not all $55 million is covered by the insurance policy. So, and even if they spent the $55 million, it wouldn't be ready for baseball until April of 2026. So there's no way. Next year is completely gone. So they now have to figure out, what are they going to do with this? Do you invest $55 million to get 2 years of bad baseball and then tear the whole thing down? Or just say, I don't know what we do?
When we were talking about this last time on the show,
yep,
and Amy was listening, Amy said, I mean, isn't that basically what happened to the Unidome? They should call Northern Iowa and see what they did about their tarpy roof and replacing it. Because I can guarantee you it didn't cost them even $9 million, let alone 55.
Yes. On the other hand, being a Northern Iowa alum, I know that they would like $55 million. I keep getting the emails.
Tell you what, we'll consult on your project for the low price of $22 million. How about that?
At this point, forget consulting. Just offer, hey, do you want to play in the Unidome?
Could certainly do that. It's a
Yeah.
shallow right field, but whatever.
Anything to help the batters. Let's see. Yeah. So yeah, yep, that was all the follow. It was a busy week of follow-up for stories over the past 6 to 9 months. Nothing else was in the news, so I was just focused solely on stupid stories about EV and baseball roofs and a naming rights spat for an airport. Yep. That's all. That's what I was focused on.
Good for you.
Yep.
Wish I was.
Yeah.
Should we do a little bit of Todd's Tech Corner?
Yeah. Todd's Tech Corner brought to us by
Dr. Jesse and the Taylor Center for Technology Policy.
Yes. I actually just wanted to give a shout out. Our very own Dr. Jesse Taylor in October was awarded. So Vegas Inc. and Cox Business present the Vegas Top Tech Awards every year in a ceremony held at Allegiant Stadium. Dr. Jesse Taylor was awarded a Las Vegas Top Tech Award for the area of education. So he was one of the honorees that night for his contributions to technology in the space of education and the work that he does in his day job when he's not running the Technology Policy Center.
Wow, good for him.
Yeah. So
did he get a plaque that he can hang in our coffee nook?
No. He got Did
he get a check?
I don't think he got that either. No. He got a very nice award that looks like the thing in the first Superman when he goes up and he has like the crystal that turns into the Fortress of Solitude or whatever.
Yeah.
He got like a statue of like 4 of those.
Oh,
that I haven't asked him if he's trying to create like he's just walked around the desert just plugging it in to see if anything. Nope, not here. Anyway, yes.
It would build its own new technology center.
Wouldn't that be awesome?
That really would be. Maybe I could get better parking. Since I'm a very senior fellow.
Yeah, at this point though, I'm assuming that he would just say he'll send the canoe out to pick you up and bring you back. Don't worry, we have a contract with Waymo.
It'll be fine. Unlimited miles.
Bring snacks.
Let's see. Oh. You know what? Before we do that, I did have one other correction.
Okay.
Sorry, I need to back up. Do you remember? Did you listen to the episode that we recorded when I was in Santa Barbara?
Unfortunately, I listened to the whole thing.
Did you have a problem with the soundboard audio?
Yes. Well,
that was terrible.
I didn't have a problem with the soundboard audio because there was almost no soundboard audio.
That has now been corrected. I downloaded that audio. I went in and I repaired it and dropped in the opening theme, the Todd Oughta Know theme, all of the themes. I did all of the soundboard. I did all of the editing that should have been done the first time that I asked AI to do. That was another no edit show for the record.
Yeah.
Had I actually listened to the edit rather than just upload it, I would have known that.
Funny thing about that the recording is exactly what I heard while we were recording.
Oh.
So as we're recording, that is exactly what I heard. And I thought, I'm just going to go with it. I'm assuming it sounds much better on his end. I don't know when the music ends. I'm just going to let Dewayne talk because he can hear it. I'm sure it only affects me. In the car, hit play. Lisa, what the hell is that? Technology? Okay, so it's fixed. So if everybody wants to delete, even if you've listened to it, if you want to delete the previous episode and then go re-download it again, sure. Like,
feel free, I
yeah,
guess. I don't know.
wouldn't
Whatever.
hurt the download numbers.
It wouldn't. Whatever. Anyway, so I apologize. This wasn't as much of a correction as it was an apology to the 24 people that I know downloaded it. I'm sorry. Anyway, yeah. Okay, now.
All right.
Something Todd ought to know twice.
You just wanted to play that again.
Okay. I really did. Yes. Because much like you, I didn't do a whole lot of news reading the last week. What I have for you is trivia questions.
Okay.
These will be rapid fire.
The questions might be, the answers may not be.
Hey, answer however you want to.
Okay.
Toddlers, you can play along.
Is this a trivia game or is this more of like a psychological test?
What is a group of pugs called?
Pugnacious.
You know what? It's not. It's officially a grumble, but pugnacious, yes. That's, okay. Do you know which U.S. president had a pet alligator that he kept in a White House bathtub?
Taft.
Taft had the big bathtub, not the gator bathtub.
Well, that's what I was thinking was who has the bathtub that can put the big gator in? Yeah, yeah.
John Quincy Adams.
Okay. All right.
What is the smallest country in the world?
Oh God. I'm just going to throw this out. We watch a series called Map Men on YouTube. They're the men talk about the maps. It's comedy. It's funny or whatever. They've done episodes on how many countries are there. And then he gets to being what defined as a country. And by the way, it turns out there's no actual standard definition of what a country is. So depending on how you define country, there's 190, 210, 260. Anyway, smallest country. Okay. The Vatican.
Very good.
God, I wasted that excuse for nothing. Okay.
Okay. This symbol, sometimes called like a hashtag.
Okay.
Right. What's the official name? What's the real name of that thing?
Octothorpe.
Are you looking at the same trivia list that I'm looking at?
Nope. By the way, just real clear. Should Todd know that? No. Was there any reason for me to know that? Absolutely not.
And
does he know it? Apparently, for reasons that nobody's clear on.
In one European country, it is illegal to own just one guinea pig. Do you know which country?
I mean, the actual answer is New Guinea, because you have to always, but that's not in Europe. Hey, where are you off to? I'm off to get a New Guinea. Yeah, you're thinking your choices this week, aren't you? Let's say Italy.
It's actually Switzerland, and the reason why is because it's considered animal abuse to own a single guinea pig because they are very social creatures. So you must own 2 or more.
Yeah.
You can own 0 or you can own 2 or more. You cannot own just 1.
Okay. Good to know. The same rules apply for stolen Nazi art. You can own 0 or you can own more than 2. So you can say that your family collected it. You just can't own 1 piece. Sorry. Wait, what? Okay.
Which flavor corresponds to the different colors of Fruit Loops? Do you need a refresher on the different colors?
Which flavor? There's benzene.
Red, blue, orange, yellow, green, and purple.
Oh, am I supposed to match all of those to different flavors?
Which flavor corresponds to the different colors of Fruit Loops?
Oh. I'm not even tracking this question. Unicorn tears?
It's a trick question. Fruit Loops are all the same flavor regardless of color.
Yeah, that's what I said. Benzene. Yeah, it's
red they all taste like benzene. Okay,
red dye number 5.
Let's see. Oh, how many bones do sharks have?
None.
They have none. Very good. Oh, this question is what sport's been played on the moon, but I think we've covered that one.
Well, 2 sports. 1, golf. Second one, can you land?
That's a sport?
Well, it's high risk sport, but you know.
Okay, last one. What is hippopotomonstrosequipodalia filiophobia?
Can you say that again?
I can try. Thanks,
Yep.
jerk. Hey, I brought this on myself. Hippopotomonstrosequipodalia. That's what it is. Sorry. Yeah, that's probably what confused you, as I mispronounced it the first time. Did that help?
Yeah, that helps a lot.
You're welcome.
The first thing that pops into my mind is an acute phobia of watching a music video with a hippopotamus and Dua Lipa.
That would scare the crap out of me.
Okay, well, let's break this down. Okay, phobia, fear. Can you give me the rest of it? Can you give me the whole thing again?
No. Hippopotomonstrosequipodalia phobia.
Is it? Oh, yes. It's the fear of the wild hippopotamus that Pablo Escobar had in his compound that have now escaped and are running amok in Colombia.
Would you believe that it's the fear of long words?
Oh, that doesn't make any sense. No. There's a town in Wales that is 63 letters long. If you're gonna, that's a short German word is what that is. So if you're gonna do that, go big or go home.
Oh, did you see, speaking of German words, did you see when the NFL played their game in Germany on Sunday that the official gave one of the signals in German?
I heard about it. I did not see it.
He reported in German. And Amy, we're talking about this, and Amy looks at me. How do you say first down in German? I said, I don't know, but I can tell you where the library is. She's like, that joke's really old. It's still funny to me.
In the middle of that game, we turned it on halfway through or whatever. Missed the whole German speaking referee. During one of the breaks, they're singing "Sweet Caroline" because Sweet Caroline's everywhere. The whole German stadium, this massive, because it was in Munich. It's in Bayern Munich Stadium and Allianz Stadium. It's one of the biggest, nicest stadiums in Germany. You get this crowd of, I don't know, 60, 70,000 Germans singing "Sweet Caroline." And Lisa's like, God, why are they doing that? And I said, listen, you get 70,000 Germans singing together. "Sweet Caroline" is really what you want them to focus on. That's fine. Let's not give them any notes.
Seems fair.
Yeah.
Oh, let's see. Should we do some idiots?
Sure. Yeah.
What'd you bring?
So you feel like given what Facebook allows.
Yeah.
And they allow a lot.
Yeah.
If Facebook comes after you and keeps taking down your pages and keeps knocking you off because you must have done something really, really bad to get Facebook's attention, which is why a small town in England, Coulsdon, England, may have follow-up next week. According to the local news blog Inside Croydon, that means it's in southern London. Business owners and neighborhood associations in the town of Coulsdon, England, have repeatedly have content removed from their Facebook pages. You want to take a guess as to why these fine people have had their things removed and taken down from Facebook?
Are we playing Money or Nazis?
No.
Okay.
Nope, neither one.
Neither Money nor Nazis. Okay. Are they selling animals illegally?
Nope. What I will tell you is
Drag racing?
Drag Race UK. Is that back yet? No.
The other drag racing?
Yeah. No, it wasn't that. So
Okay.
Meta, one of the biggest technology firms on the planet, with all of their AI and everything else, so they've got an algorithm to look for content that might be suspect. And apparently, the algorithm, a finely tuned algorithm, kept tripping up on something. Because Coulsdon is spelled Coulsdon. And the fact that the town and the businesses that said we're in Coulsdon and the neighborhood associations from Coulsdon, the Facebook algorithm saw LSD and said it's a drug reference and automatically removed anything with the word Coulsdon because it contained LSD.
Oh my God.
I've taken an intro to programming class in college. I've not taken any computer science classes. My thought would be, if you said, we need to search for references to LSD, and somebody said, Coulsdon, take it down, the conversation would be this: son, we have a really good music program here. In a brief statement, Dave Arnold, spokesman for Facebook's parent company Meta, said, quote, "This was an error that has now been fixed.
You think?
Find and replace." Anyway, so the good people of Coulsdon, England, can now put up Facebook pages without fear of being without fear of it being taken down, at least for that reason.
Meanwhile, Cocaine Town has no problem over on their page.
Yeah, they're fine. Yeah.
How come there are no references to... There are plenty of references to MJ on the Spider-Man page, but no references to Mary Jane. Gwen Stacy, no problem.
You know, now that you mention it, although somebody hip would Mary Jane MJ, yeah. Anyway, so there you go. That's the level of computer programming that is going on at Meta. So we're in good hands. That's cool. What about you? What'd you bring?
I brought two options for you.
Okay.
One of them, story number one, monkeys everywhere.
Okay.
And story number two, wicked problems.
Let's do monkeys everywhere this week.
Okay. Because next week we're going to do wicked problems.
I assume so. Yes.
What we're watching next week is going to be Wicked. So we can do the, by the way, the Wicked story was submitted by two different people to me for Idiot of the Week this week.
Okay. All right.
So teaser for next week, toddlers. Good luck with that. So this was a research facility in South Carolina.
Yep.
And a caretaker entered the enclosure at a research center in South Carolina on Wednesday, cleaning the space and feeding the 50 rhesus monkeys inside. But on leaving, she failed to latch the double doors behind her.
I'm sure that's not going to be a problem. Go on.
43 monkeys saw a rare chance at freedom and took it, racing out of the enclosure. It's kind of a follow the leader. One goes out and there's like a mad dash, says Greg Westergaard, the chief executive of Alpha Genesis that runs the research center. Now officials of the surrounding, you know what? This could have been under follow-up,
Yeah.
under rogue animals.
Yeah.
Now that I'm relaying this story, this really should have gone under rogue animals.
At this point, it's not even follow up. This might be we might now have a new recurring bit of rogue animals. At minimum, we need to print a sign. Okay, please go ahead.
The town's chief of police said the monkeys were not likely to be aggressive towards humans, but they're not taking any chances. Please lock your doors. They have, as of last count, recaptured 25 of them.
Okay.
But that still means that there are a bunch of loose monkeys out there. It's not the first time animals have escaped the Alpha Genesis Primate Research Center, which sits on about 100 acres and houses about 7,000 monkeys for scientific research. So only losing 43 of them, in the greater scheme of things, it's nothing to go ape about.
Wow. Yeah. Okay. I'll throw this out, right?
Yes.
There is a lot of concern about, wow, you have 7,000 monkeys that you have available for research. Okay, there's some issues around all of that. What I will also say though is that if you're in that business, you should have a what to do if the monkeys escape protocol. The fact that you've had to use that protocol more than once, however, like, hey, by the way, we got a broken arrow again. Oh man, I don't even have to look at the 3-ring binder this time. Yep. All right.
19 monkeys scaled the 12-foot walls in 2016. The Department of Agriculture fined the company more than $12,000 in 2017. In 2014, 26 monkeys of some sort broke out. Yeah, this is not the first time this has happened. They're not getting a whole lot better at it. But the monkeys are. The monkeys are clearly getting better at it. Anywho, that was what I brought.
Yeah, I'm just concerned about the 7 that didn't leave. Like,
hey, I got food and water. Why would I want to go anywhere?
Yeah.
Somebody's following Fred. Everybody follows Fred. Nobody wants to whatever, You watch anything good this week?
Yeah, we watched the first, I think they dropped 2, but we watched the premiere episode on NBC. Yes, an actual network TV show of St. Denis Medical. So it is, I believe, from the producers of Park and Rec. It's a comedy show that takes place in a hospital, starring Wendy. Is it Wendy McCovey? She was the mom on. Oh my goodness! Yeah, I should stop trying to do this on. Oh my!
Just from memory.
Yeah.
Are you going to want me to go back and fix this later?
Oh no! This is going to be the funniest part about the whole thing. It's starring Wendy McClendon Covey, and this is where I'm just searching stuff, right? Because I watched her for 10 years on the Goldbergs. So she was the mom, played the mom on Goldbergs.
That lady. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
I didn't watch the Goldbergs. I'm no help. Sorry.
David Alan Grier is also in this. So we watched the pilot episode, and what I will tell you is, Lisa and I are watching this, and at the end of it, I said, This show is written by people who know hospitals, because there is some amazingly funny stuff in there. It is significantly funnier to people that know hospitals, because that throwaway line is hilarious. Because remember when we were talking about the movie The Paper,
Yes.
And I said, it's funny because I've been in like that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this was like, yep, that's happened. Yep, that's happened. Saw that happen. Anyway, so that's on NBC, and I believe is now on Peacock. So we watched the first episode, and it was good enough. High praise from Lisa. Yeah, we can watch another. I mean, that's basically at
Wow.
this. Yeah, that's basically about as high of an award as you can get. How about you? What are you watching?
Earlier in this episode, I said the phrase, I think you have the situation pretty much pegged there, Jake. Remember me saying that? The thing that's a line from the movie Support Your Local Sheriff. Do you remember Support Your Local Sheriff?
I think I remember you referring to it at some point in this run already of the show, but
Okay.
is it James Garner?
It is James Garner. William Brennan. Now I'm trying to do you. Who else? Joan Hackett is the girl. Harry Morgan from MASH is the mayor. Anyway, James Garner comes to town, and he's on his way. It's a gold mine town, and he's passing through on his way to Australia, and he has to clean up the town. And Bruce Dern maybe is one of the bad guys.
Yes.
Anyway, it is just quote after quote after quote. This is a late 60s comedy western that is one of my absolute all-time favorite movies. Well, it's on YouTube right now, free with ads. So I watched it this week because I needed a feel-good something that didn't have anything to do with anything at one point this week. So I watched that. Support Your Local Sheriff on YouTube. Highly recommend.
Excellent. Did you learn anything this week?
I did. Do you remember? Maybe I told this story. You remember I bought smart switches for the house? Did I talk about this?
You alluded to it, and then we talked about having an entire episode out of time where I could fix everything for you, and we never did.
We never did. Yes. So
Yes.
anyway, so I bought these smart switches
Yes.
and installed 3 of them. A couple in a couple of hallways where I'd like them to come on automatically, like when we're gone, because I can schedule that. And in our pantry, we have had for the last 8 years a problem, self-inflicted, whereby we would turn the pantry light on, go into the pantry, get something, close the door, and then forget that the pantry light is on.
Yes.
And so I bought a pack of these 3. I bought a pack of 3 of these smart switches, and I installed, like I said, 2 in the hallway and the third one in the pantry, and I programmed it so that you punch the button and the light goes on, and then it automatically goes off after 3 minutes. Perfect. Problem solved. It worked for about a month and a half, and then the switch went bad. Like, crap. Okay, so I get on and I chat with the company, and they're like, yeah, just take the switch out and ship it back to us, and we'll ship you a new one. I have to pay to ship it back
Of course.
of course I do, right? But the replacement of a $12 switch is covered under warranty, which is going to cost me $5. You know what? Screw it. So I just bought another one, took out the old one, and then this week finally swapped it back out. However, nobody was home when I did this. And there are lots of times when I will just wire stuff hot, right? I don't flip the breaker because, I'm just stupid, right?
You're a guy.
Because
You're a guy.
Because I'm a guy.
Yeah.
But I'm like, you know what? I'm really taking I need to, I know I've got a problem in here that I'm really going to have to get into. So I really do need to go flip the breaker, but nobody's home. And I'm not exactly sure which breaker goes to the pantry. So I go out to the garage and I flip the one that I think it is. And I walk back into the house and I'm like, shit. However, this is a problem technology can solve. So I get my iPad and I FaceTime my phone with my iPad, and I set the iPad up so that I can see the pantry on my phone when I'm FaceTiming, and then I walk out to the garage where the breaker boxes are, and I start flipping switches. Flick, 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 flick. On the fifth one, the light finally went off. I'm like, okay, fantastic. They are well labeled, just not in the way that I would think. So I learned several things. A, I can use technology for good. B, I know which breaker controls the pantry. And C, I learned that I can reprogram this light switch again, and it now works like a charm, on for 3 minutes, off automatically. Woo! I learned all kinds of things this week.
I
Yes?
still want to do a deep dive into smart technology and switches and talk about, but we're really we're near the end of the show. You did this on purpose. So
I really
anyway,
kind of did. Yes. Yeah. What
this-
did you learn?
Well, I'm just this recalls previous. Lisa enjoyed the 50 words or less is my kryptonite. Okay, moving on.
So did Amy, by the way. Yes.
So we spent last weekend up in Salt Lake City and stayed. So Lisa's lived most of her life in Salt Lake City. I'd lived there 17 years.
Okay.
Stayed at a hotel about 5 miles from the place where we lived, in a different suburb, in a hotel. And I needed to get some runs in while we were up there to prepare for the next big run. And we were right next to a city park. And I've seen the city park. There's a little bit of it by one of the main streets. And if you come on this other side street by the hotel, there's a little bit of it. So I said, okay, I've got to do today. I got to get a 7-mile run in. So I'm going to head out to the park and then see where I need to go. And so head out into the park. And so here's what I learned. As I'm running, I'm like, this park is significantly bigger. They got a whole aquatics center here. Wow. Look at that. Look, there's a whole look at that beautiful. They got multiple pavilions that you can rent. Hey, there's a creek that goes through that. They have an amphitheater back here that seats. What the holy? There's an elementary school inside the park. The more I went, I just kept going and going and being like, how big? This is like a TARDIS, right? Like there's these two little park things, and then it just keeps getting bigger and big. There's sports fields back here. There's a whole pickleball courts. There's a baseball diamond with seating for a couple of hundred people. There's an arboretum with trails. Like, I just kept going like, am I still in town? So, I get back and Lisa's like, heck of a park. And I'm like, yeah, I've never knew. She goes, 17 years. You never came over here? No, because I didn't think there was anything here. Well, I guess now you have something for what you learned this week. So, you know what? Everything's content.
Music is Happy Boy by Kevin MacLeod. You can subscribe to our award-winning podcast with visiting scholar Todd Prince, wherever you get your pods. Just search Talkin' and the number 2. There's no G and no space. You can stop by and see us at the Tuba City home office. Check out their parks. Oh, please don't do that. Thanks to our listeners, our sponsors, and our contributors. We appreciate you. And you can send your feedback on this episode or any episode to feedback@talkingtotodd.com. Todd?
Quick surprise. This doesn't take this out for next week. Surprise, Dewayne guess a number. It's Dewayne guess 3 numbers. Number 1, what year was Support Your Local Sheriff released?
1969?
That's a bell.
Okay.
What was the budget for the film? You just listed all the stars that's in this movie. What's the entire, according to Wikipedia, source of all truth and knowledge, what was the budget for this film?
In 1969, $1.5 million?
$750,000.
No!
What was the box office for this film, including US and Canadian rentals?
I want to say it did really well. 40 million?
It did very well, but on a budget of 750,000, really well is $5 million.
There's something to be said for modest success.
I'm just trying to think. Like at this point, you don't get your title card done for $5 million in a movie.
No, you can't feed the cast for $5 million.
Yeah. Anyway, there you go. Enjoy your $750,000 film.
Bet you couldn't make it for that now. Oh boy. We'll have.
Well, you could. It'd probably be on YouTube, and it would look terrible. That sounds like a challenge. I bet you couldn't. I bet you could.
I bet you could. We'll have something to clean up next week. We'll be back. We're here. We're talking to Todd. Did you buy your tickets to go see Wicked yet?
Oh, yeah, at least took care of that. Yeah, Thursday night.
Did she buy them at wicked.com?
I have no idea. I suspect not.
I hope not.